welcome to another Mad Hatter Reviews. Do you know that this exists? Do you know that there's a 5-pack of the 5.5-inch scale Simpsons figures? Did you also know that it was $20? Okay, I had no idea until Toy Shiz told me last week. This is a little nuts, okay? So if you don't know, Jack's Pacific has two Simpsons lines. It has like a 2.5-inch scale and then a 5-inch version. And that's what this one is, okay? The bigger Simpsons line. And they both seem to be doing well. The 5-inch figures, I think, do better than the 2.5-inch versions. But they haven't been out for that long. I think last year, Wave 1 was out. And Wave 1 was, it was definitely Homer, maybe Marge. I forget who was in Wave 1, but it was like, I think you got like at least like 2 or 3 family members. All right. Now, these things cost $13 when they were individual. They cost $13 a pop. So you could get, do I have it? You know what? I got it right here. I'm going to show you. So you got this Homer right here for $13. All right. And he comes with everything that this Homer comes with. So, no less accessories. He comes with the donut. He comes with the box of donuts. And he comes with himself, Homer. And then you get Marge. Marge, as an individual figure, like that one I just showed, came with Maggie. Bart came with the skateboard. And then Lisa with the saxophone. Okay? So, if you got all of them individually, again, it was like last year, all right? It was not a long time ago. You got them, you paid about, I don't know, 57, like, let's just round it up to 60, okay? Let's round it up to like $60, okay, to get all 4 of the Simpsons figures, because that's the going rate, $13 to $14, sometimes $15. Then you have this Simpsons 4-pack, okay? This Simpsons 4-pack, still available on Target, just came out, $20, okay? So less than half of what it would cost if you bought all those 4 originally. You get them in one. If you don't care about having individual packs, if you just care about having the figures and you get them in one long pack, you get them for $20. You get them for less than half, okay? Now, I mean, there's pros and cons, I think, to all this. The pro is, if you don't have these, you get the figures, you know what I mean? You get them for cheaper than anybody. Or you get them from Ross Price. This is a Ross price, all right? But straight from the company. I think that's the biggest pro. The con is if you had them already. One con is you'd have to wait until this comes out. Okay, if you wanted them immediately, you get them last year. The other con is if you had these already, you paid well over half for this. Okay, you paid $60 and somebody else paid $20 for this. I'm wondering if that's a good idea. I think that's the premise of this video. I don't think I've seen that done this way. I mean, I've seen figures that are clearanced. I've seen figures that, they go to Ross. I don't have an Ollie's, but, I know Ollie's is a spot that these things go to. But is it a good idea? That's a little different because that's like they just can't sell on shelves. And then as a result, they, like the stores have to clearance them. But this is like coming from the company at a discount. That just feels a little strange to me. That's like I come out, like I had my flipboards, it cost like $50 each. And then I come out with like a 4-pack of flipboard. And it has all the same stuff, but it's in a long box. And like you get 4 of them for like, like if you bought 4 individually, it could cost you $200. But for $80, I sell you 4 flipboards and variants. I think you'd be pissed, wouldn't you? I don't know. This seems like it's interesting, and I guess it's like great if you didn't get these. But is that a good long-term strategy move? Because now I feel like a lot of people might play chicken with Simpsons Jacks. And I guess, I don't know, do they want that moving forward? Because I'm always going to be thinking when a new wave comes out, I'm going, should I just wait? And that whole wave, I just get it for nothing, okay? $20 for the whole family. Now, one can argue, an argument can be made, that the reason why they did it with these is because this is the family, and maybe if you don't have the family, you're not going to plug in to the other figures. Like, I'm not going to get Troy McClure or Ralph or Mr. Burns or any of those because I never got the family. I missed out on the family. So you get this pack. But I don't know. It feels a little strange. Like I would feel in my Flipboard example, I'd feel like weird about like, all right, Flipboard was last year, but this year heavily discounted Flipboards straight from me. I don't know. Again, to me, it feels different than like the retailer discounting them. It's like they're coming out the gate with like a discount. I don't know how I feel about that. I do wonder like is that going to cause diminishing returns? Like I feel like if I did this, I'd be like, okay, we'll re-release the family, we'll make it cheaper, but maybe you don't get like all the accessories that you get if you got the family originally. Like what benefit do I get getting them originally? Is the only benefit is the only benefit for doing that getting it earlier? Like what do I get for supporting you from the start? Which is a big thing with toy collectors, okay? Like feeling like you're supporting someone and like that kind of like loyalty that goes along with it is a big thing with collectors, all right? And then when they see like something else come down the pipeline and it's like the same thing, I don't know. Sometimes it could irk you. So I'm not sure on the long-term strategy of doing something like that. I'm sure that's been done before. I can't think of anything. But I mean, I guess it's a great way to get rid of overstock or something. I just felt like it was a little, especially so soon after. I mean, I feel like NECA, and I can't point my finger on what, but I feel like NECA has done something like that, where down the road you get something, but not at such a heavily discounted price. Oops, like this is almost like it's like less than half. Okay. So I'm just wondering, like, is this a good strategy to be like, is it a good strategy to release figures, have them cost a certain amount of money, and then a year down the road, like heavily discount them, but just put them in like a multi-pack? I feel you do that enough, and people are just going to be like, I'll just wait. Because there's a lot of people willing to wait for discounts. Okay. That's why I didn't want to do that with like just my stuff. I was just like, I would just rather reward you for coming in coming in when you did. All right, and if new people come in, then that's you can find it in places. Maybe you pay a markup, maybe that I've had to do that many times. I jump in on a line late. All right, so what I do is either I get a variant or pay markup for. This is how it goes. This felt a little strange, but Jakks Pacific, I feel like they almost have their own rules. I guess what I was trying to say, or what I said before, is if I would do this, I would make something different, or have a little bit of an incentive for getting it the first time around. Otherwise, I'm just like, I don't know. When they released the first wave, like I kind of wanted to review, but if I wasn't reviewing it, I'd be like, yeah, I'll wait. I don't know. That's what you don't want. You don't want collectors to be like, yeah, I'll wait. That I feel like that's the that's the death knell right there. You know what I mean? Because then it just takes that sexiness away. But anyway, this is out. So if you never had a chance to get this, $20 at Target. I'll put the link in the description. It's pretty crazy. Okay, it's that's again, this is a Ross price essentially for the whole Simpson family. And again, maybe they're doing it just with the family because now you can immediately jumpstart your collection. So maybe that's a good thing. I really am trying to it's one of those things where I'm like, I kind of want to make a video because I can't figure out if this is good or bad. But I'd love to hear your thoughts because ultimately what would happen is there will be enough voices for one side versus the other side that kind of gives me pause because I listen to all the comments, okay? So that is it. Simpsons Jakks pack with the whole family at 5-inch. Pretty damn good deal. Okay, these are nice fucking figures. Some of the best Simpson figures ever. Okay, that's all. Comment, subscribe, drop me a like. See you next time. Happy Monday. Bye-bye.